Welcome back to the Coins Numismatic series, where every coin has a life, a legacy, and a lesson waiting to be discovered. And in this video, we're diving deep, very deep, into the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark, specifically in fine condition. This isn't just a quick overview. This is a full journey into the design, history, wartime context, collectible appeal, quirks, myths, values, and the reason collectors still chase after this seemingly common coin. Let's set the stage. Picture it, it's the final year of World War II. Soldiers are coming home. Factories are transitioning from tanks to toasters, from planes to automobiles. The United States Mint is pumping out billions, yes, billions, of pennies to fuel a nation on the move. And somewhere in that enormous river of copper came the 1945 wheat penny struck in Philadelphia, quietly circulating among grocery stores, corner shops, and pay envelopes. No fanfare, no special markings. Yet decades later, collectors like you and me sift through penny rolls hoping to spot one of these historic gems. Now, let's talk about how this coin came to be. The wheat penny series, officially known as the Lincoln cent, began in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Sculptor Victor David Brenner created not only the iconic portrait we see on the front, but also the wheat ears reverse that would define the cent for 50 years. These coins were emblematic of an America growing, building, changing. And by the time 1945 rolled around, the wheat cent design had become one of the most recognized and widely used coin designs in the world. The 1945 no mint mark wheat penny comes from the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia, at that time, didn't place mint marks on their cents, which is why this coin appears plain, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Just a smooth field under the date. For new collectors, that blank space can cause confusion. Is something missing? Is this an error? But no, Philadelphia simply didn't mark its pennies until 2017. Now, let's zoom into its condition. A fine condition 1945 wheat penny means it has moderate wear. Lincoln's jawline and cheek are softened, lines in his coat are visible but worn, and the reverse wheat stalk still shows some detail, though the grains may be flattened. It's a coin that's clearly circulated but still holds character, age, and story. It's the kind of coin you can imagine passing from hand to hand during the 1940s as Americans bought bread, newspapers, comic books, and gasoline. But to really understand its importance, we need to look at the context of copper cents during World War II. In 1943, the Mint famously switched to steel pennies because copper was needed for ammunition and electronics. But by 1944, the Mint returned to copper, well, technically reused copper, from recycled shell casings. This continued into 1945. So when you hold a 1945 wheat penny, you're likely holding copper that once was part of something used in wartime, military equipment, shell casings, or recycled wartime scrap. That alone gives the 1945 cent a deeper emotional and historical weight than many people realize. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion 1945 pennies. That massive number ensures their availability today. But here's where collectors make a distinction. Not all coins are collected for rarity alone. Some are collected for the story behind them, the era they represent, the historical fingerprints they carry. A 1945 wheat penny in fine condition isn't about pristine rarity, it's about connection. And sometimes, those are the coins that create the strongest bond with collectors. Let's talk value, because that's what many viewers want to know. While this coin is considered common, especially in circulated grades, its value is influenced by three major factors: condition, originality, and eye appeal. A fine condition piece isn't going to break any auction records. It's usually valued at a modest amount, worth more than its face value, but still accessible to collectors of all budgets. But that accessibility is exactly what makes it such a great teaching coin. Beginners can afford it. Experts appreciate it, and everyone respects the era it comes from. But the value conversation doesn't end with price. There are errors and varieties associated with the 1945 wheat penny, and even though we're focusing on a standard no mint mark fine example, it helps to know the landscape. Some 1945 pennies show die cracks, die chips, repunched mint marks on Denver or San Francisco issues, and slight doubling on the obverse. These small quirks can send collectors on fascinating hunts. Even though Philadelphia issues don't have repunched mint marks, because they don't have mint marks at all, they can still show doubling on the date, the motto, or Lincoln's profile. Another thing that helps collectors connect with the 1945 wheat penny is its durability. Copper scents wear beautifully. They tone over time, developing rich shades of red, brown, or even deep chocolate hues depending on the environment. A fine-condition 1945 penny may have lost its mint luster, but it has gained something just as valuable, personality. And that makes each coin feel distinct, even if billions were made. Now imagine the journey of a 1945 penny. Minted in Philadelphia, packed in bags, distributed across the nation. Maybe it was used to buy rationed goods in the last days of the war. Maybe it was dropped into a jukebox or slid into a child's piggy bank. Maybe it traveled in a soldier's pocket as a good luck charm. Every scratch, every worn detail, every softened line is a chapter in that story. That's something uncirculated coins will never have. As a collector, holding a fine-condition wheat penny gives you an artifact. A piece of life from another era. And that's why many people build collections not just of pristine coins, but of circulated sets. They want coins that lived. Let's talk about design details, because understanding those details helps collectors evaluate condition more accurately. On the obverse, Lincoln faces right. His profile is detailed in higher grades, but in fine condition you'll see smoothing across his cheekbone, jaw, and hair. The motto, "In God We Trust," arcs across the top. Even in circulated grades this motto remains readable because the letters are raised enough to resist wear. The word "Liberty" usually shows more flattening on fine pieces, especially the letters L and I. The date, 1945, should be fully visible. Any fading or merging can indicate a lower grade. Flip the coin to the reverse, and you see two stylized wheat stalks hugging the inscriptions. These wheat ears are the defining feature of this series. On a fine-grade coin, you'll still see some inner wheat lines, though not sharply. The words, 1 cent, and United States of America, are bold and clear, though some thickness or flattening is expected. Above them, the motto, E pluribus unum, stretches like a banner. On a fine coin, the letters are readable but may appear soft. Collectors often love the wheat design because it symbolizes growth, agriculture, and prosperity, fitting themes for a nation that had just emerged from the Great Depression and was closing the chapter on World War II. Now let's explore common misconceptions. A lot of beginners think that because a wheat penny is old, it must be rare. But rarity is determined by surviving populations, condition, and collector demand, not age alone. Millions of 1945 pennies still exist today. However, that doesn't mean they're insignificant. In fact, wheat pennies are often gateway coins, coins that introduce new collectors to the hobby. They bridge generations. Parents and grandparents often pass down jars of wheat cents, sparking curiosity in young collectors. Another misconception is about cleaning coins. Many people think that cleaning an old penny will make it look better or increase its value. But cleaning actually damages the surface and lowers the value dramatically. A fine-condition wheat penny is valued for its originality, untouched surfaces, honest wear, natural toning. These qualities tell the authentic story of the coin. So, if you're holding a fine-condition 1945 wheat penny, don't clean it. Let it remain as it is, true to its history. Collectors also appreciate how the wheat penny series ended in 1958 when the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. The shift marked the end of an era, and looking back, the 1945 penny sits right in a fascinating historical pocket, midway between the start of the series and the end, in a year loaded with national significance. Now, where does this coin fit into a collector's portfolio? Fine condition pieces are ideal for album fillers. They balance affordability with historical richness. Many collectors build full runs from 1909 to 1958, and the 1945 piece is one they can appreciate without stress about cost or availability. It's also a coin that invites beginners to start learning about grading, mintage numbers, and historical context. Another aspect worth appreciating is how coins like this act as snapshots of American industrial capability. Producing over 1 billion pennies in a single year, during wartime, required enormous coordination, rolling mills, die makers, transportation networks, and a minting workforce dedicated to precision. When you think of it that way, each penny is a testament to American industrial strength. Let's explore the cultural side. In the 1940s, pennies mattered. A penny could buy small candies, newspapers might cost only a few cents, and children commonly traded wheat pennies, viewing them as treasures. For many Americans of that era, these coins were part of daily life. Today, they're relics of a time when money had a different meaning and value. Your fine condition 1945 wheat penny is more than copper. It's a time capsule, a symbol, a reminder that even the humblest coins carry national stories. And that is why collectors continue to appreciate the 1945 no-mint-mark wheat penny. Whether you're building a full wheat cent collection or simply appreciating the history behind individual pieces, the 1945 penny deserves a place in your journey. It tells a story of wartime America, industrial mobilization, artistic coinage design, and the endurance of simple currency through decades of change. Thanks for joining me on this detailed exploration. If you enjoy deep dives into numismatic history and want more videos like this one, make sure to follow the Coins Numismatic series. Each coin we explore opens a new chapter in the story of money, history, and the people who shaped it.